Yes, what a glorious day today it is. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today, that motherfucker right there is getting a new exhaust. So let's get right into it. Oh man, there's nothing like the sweet sounds of the Borla S-type muffler, but today we're installing something much better. The dual Borla S-type muffler with the dual carbon fiber exhaust tips. I can't wait to get this installed. We also got to figure out how to get the SLP resonator installed as well, because I need to remove the current resonator to fit the brackets on the ends of the old one and weld them onto these, and that's going to be fun because I've never welded before. But I do have my MIG welder right here that I got from Eastwood. Even though I've never welded before, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, so thank you Eastwood and weld.com. Let's start to take these pieces out, lay them out, and see what I have to work with. Oh, by the way, check this out, guys. You guys like my new floor? I'm still continuing to upgrade my garage here, and I decided to get these rubber floor mats. Thought this would be a nice touch to it. Let's go right along with the little feature wall that I have back here. Yeah, let's lay out some more of this stuff here. Oh, spoiler alert, got some body kit parts. Yep, so that'll be going on later too. So let's lay out this exhaust, see what I have to work with, and we'll start hoisting up the car, get it on some jacks, and start removing stuff, or breaking it. Probably both.
Steady, I'm trending, ascending and blending, lyrical bending. Now I'm spreading and getting my name out now. Yeah, they hearing me laugh. All the crowds repping the sound. I'm hitting the ground, running up and coming. Ain't nothing, yeah, rookie of the year. I'ma keep it 100, cold-blooded, no budget. From nothing to something, I ain't bluffing. I got a full hand and a full plan. I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top.
Alright, so let's see what we have to work with here. I have got the replacement mid-pipe, two Borla S-type mufflers right here and right there. Got the exhaust tips and the resonator, and the clamps to go with it. I'm actually getting rid of the two exhaust tips right here that came with the Borla system because I don't need those. I'm replacing them with my carbon fiber ones. So if anyone wants these, you know, hit me up. I'll sell them to you cheap because I don't need them, and I hate to see them go to waste. I don't just want to trash them or recycle them. I'd rather one of you guys get them. So if you're interested in two of these dual tips right here, let me know. These are pretty cool. Oh, also have the heat shielding to go under the driver's side because I currently don't have a heat shield on the driver's side because it's a single exhaust. So I've got to install this one too. And I've also got the 4-to-1 headers right here, but I'm not going to be installing these on. I'm going to have a professional get this done because this only has one bung for the O2 sensor, and my car comes with two O2 sensors, and I don't know what to do with the second O2 sensor. Turns out I may have to trick the computer figuring out that the second O2 sensor is reading correctly, and I think there's a couple of modules I have to get in order to do that, and I don't know much about that yet, so I'm just going to leave this be. I'm going to run the original exhaust manifold, but I'm still going to be replacing these, and later on I'll just have someone take a look at that and see if they can replace this for me, because I don't know enough of what I'm doing to actually take a chance and repairing this. It was a malfunction on my ECU, and I don't feel like spending more money to get that fixed. So let's just get on the parts that I do know.
I'm working, I wanna be great, yeah. Working, I wanna be paid, yeah. Every decision I made, yeah. I ain't ever been afraid, nah. I'm always trying new things, yeah. That's how you grow and succeed, yeah. Man, you just gotta believe, yeah. So listen up while I proceed, yeah. Want a couple $100 grand?
Here's a little trick that I learned to make it easy to keep track of all your nuts and bolts and everything like that. These little sandwich baggies to put all of your bolts in. And I've got the left, right front, left and right rear. Now I know which lug nuts go on which wheel. Now we got the car all hoisted up. Got it on all 4 jack stands here. Got the wheels underneath for protection just in case the jack stands fail and I won't get squished completely. Now let's get up underneath the car, spray some WD-40 or on all the nuts, and let's see if we can jimmy this thing loose. Let's take off this rear bumper because I need to measure exactly how far I'll need the exhaust tips to go. And I'm going to need to do some cutouts for the exhaust tips for the new bumper that I'm going to install. But before I can wrap it, because I do have some wrap for this, I've got to get these cut out first and then I'll wrap it, but get them cut out so I know the positioning of the exhaust tips. Right, so now that I got the rear bumper off, and next thing I'm gonna do now is get some of my PB Blaster and spray it on all the rusted bolts and the roasted nuts up underneath here. So let's get this stuff sprayed on, let it sit for a little while, and then I'll be able to unbolt this. And being that the sun is already going down, I think this is going to be a multi-day project. But I'm committed, and we're going to get this done.
It up, we keep on rolling, it's never enough. We in the zone, yeah, they falling for us. Don't judge so quickly. Yeah, we've all been guilty.
Now we're gonna let that soak for a little while. Alright everybody, now we're making some good progress here. I was able to get the muffler off and the mid pipe. And as you can see, I have the new one and the old one side by side. So here's the old one.
Old and busted.
And here's what the new one is going to look like.
New hotness.
And the old one is the OEM, so I've had this on for almost 10 years. And you can drastically see the difference between the old and the new. And this is not only going to look a lot better, but it's also going to sound better too. So let's see if we could get the resonator off. The bolts are a little bit seized up there. Here's the resonator right here. And I just removed the mid pipe from that. Now I need to unscrew the resonator from the cat, which is right there. And if I zoom in a little bit, there we can see the bolts are just a little bit seized up there. But I think I have a remedy for that. Not sure that's gonna work, but if this works, I'll tell you what I did. If it doesn't, then I'm SOL. All right, let's try to get this bad boy off. I'm gonna leave the original cat on here though. So the original cat and the header is gonna stay because I've got the O2 sensors plugged into the cat and I'm not gonna mess with those. I'm just gonna leave those for a professional. So this is gonna run the original cat, the original headers for now, but I'm definitely changing out and swapping out this resonator right here. Well, it is now day 2 of the exhaust project and we lucked out with another beautiful day. It's nice 70 degrees on a November day, hot damn. But the exhaust project is coming along as expected. I have some rusted bolts up there that have been seized and I got to find a way to get those off. Here are the 2 of the nuts that actually are rusted over completely. These started to strip and I can no longer use these, so I've got to run over to the auto parts store. I have to try a couple of them, see if I can find these exact fits for my vehicle so I can replace them. And also I'm going to need another gasket or 2 because this one is shot. You can see it's already splitting right there, which is going to cause some exhaust leaks and I don't want that. But whenever you replace piping like this, you need to have new gaskets anyway, so I've got to find 2 new gaskets and 4 more of these nuts here so I could complete this project. So let's take a ride over to some of these auto parts stores and see if I can find what's needed. Yeah, we're gonna take truck north today, guys. I hope these aren't specialty items because I don't want to wait days for these to come into the mail if I order them online. I just hope I can find them simple enough at a couple of auto parts stores. So I really do just want to finish this job and get this car back on the road because I really want to see what this sounds like. I've been waiting for this for a long time and I can't wait to get this exhaust done. Hopefully I can knock this out today if possible. Man, I don't think I'm gonna ever get a beautiful day like this in November ever again. I gotta make the most of it. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this project up today. All right, we're here at one spot, so let's see if I get lucky and find everything I need here. Well, no luck. The first place didn't have it. So let's keep checking around. I know a couple more places, so let's see what I can find at these other shops. All right, so a little bit of good news. I was able to find the gaskets that I need for both the gasket that goes in between the resonator and the cat, and the other one that connects to the cat and the downpipe, the exhaust manifold. So they didn't have these bolts here, so I hope these are not just specialty bolts. I'll take a run by Home Depot and see if I can find them. If not, I'll just have to place a rush order for these online. But let's head on over to Home Depot, see if I can find these bolts here. I keep calling them bolts. Keep finding these nuts here. All right, let's go. You know, one of the things I learned while working on these projects, whenever you watch a tutorial video or get an explanation for estimated amount of time, how long it takes to complete these projects is usually an hour, 2 hours, a day. They don't compensate for the research time and for the what if I don't have that tool, or what if I don't have that part. It's going to take a lot longer than just an hour to complete these jobs. So I'm sure all of you already know that anyway, but you know, from start to finish, it probably only takes me about an hour or two to get this done. Like, this exhaust should have been done a long time ago, but working 2 jobs and just the weather and finding time for the family and time for myself, it's taking a lot longer for me to get these projects done. You guys see my alternator project, that took a hell of a long time to do. I took it over to the mechanic. He was done within like 2 hours. Like, you know, that's because he had all the parts there. He had means to get all the parts. He had all the necessary tools, which I didn't have. So projects like these actually take a little bit longer than anticipated. So you guys wondering, getting this done, don't be discouraged. Hey, it happens. It's all just hurdles. So just like me, you know, the way I think about it is eventually it'll just get done. Then all of that hard work will have been worth it. I don't anticipate today I'll be able to get this done, but if it doesn't, I'll pause it and I'll pick it up another time. But for you guys, it'll just be a continuous stream with just me watching me do this over the course of a couple of days. But let's go find the necessary parts that I need, and we'll get this thing done. Alright, so now we're back home. We got all the stuff that I need, hopefully. I've got the gaskets right here. So these are going to be the replacement gaskets for the resonator pipe to connect to the mid pipe right here. As you can see, the holes actually line up. Got a couple of those. I got the gasket for the resonator to connect to the cat right here. Got some extra ones just in case, whichever one fits. And I actually had a hard time finding the replacement nuts for these. The guy over at Pep Boys, he was very helpful. He picked out these lug nuts, which seem to be the same exact size as these nuts right here. So hopefully that works, and if I can, I'm going to fit them with some of these locking washers, and that should actually help out a little bit better. So let's get up under the car, see if these will fit. Hopefully they will, because if they do, it'll make this job a lot easier and it'll save me a lot more headaches from traveling back and forth to auto parts stores. So let's check, see if this one fits. If it fits, then I'm in great shape. Alright, so now after a final assessment, that bolt, that nut is completely fused together, completely seized 100% onto that bolt. There's no way I'm going to be able to get that nut off. And the same thing goes for the top nut too. The only way for me to accomplish what I want is I need to take off the cat too, and take off this entire piece in the resonator and just cut the resonator here and weld it onto it. But I need to get a coupler because the resonator that I have is 3 inches and this is a 2-inch lip, so I need to get a coupler that'll fit over this and onto the resonator. So yep, I gotta take this bad boy off. Alright, so now I finally got this off, and I think what Hyundai decided to do was to fuse this together, because originally this is supposed to be one piece on the Sonata. One catback, one catalytic converter connected to the resonator right here. But for some reason my car doesn't have that. It has 2 separate pieces, and it looks like what the manufacturer of this car decided to do was to fuse these 2 pieces together. Here's the gasket right there, but these nuts and bolts are completely welded and rusted over, and there's just no way to actually get that off. You see right there, See, you can't even see the thread anymore. It's just completely smoothed over, probably from rust. That one's got a little bit of thread on it, but there's just no way I can get this off without breaking or snapping this. So what I'm going to do is I decided to just take this off of the header, off of the manifold, and I'm going to cut here and then cut there and replace this bad boy with the resonator. Weld that on, get a couple of couplers so it can fit, and start bolting this back on. So now here we are on day, gosh, I don't even know what day it is anymore. I didn't have all the necessary tools and equipment and pieces that I didn't know that I needed. So now, in order for me to get this resonator onto this pipe right here, I need to cut out this original resonator and swap it out with this one. But the mouth of this resonator is 3 inches, and the mouth of this and the width of this pipe is 2 inches. So I needed to place an order to get a couple of these couplers here, which will fit into this mouth right here, and the other end will fit into the resonator, but it's not necessarily a tight fit. So I needed to get a tailpipe expander, which will widen the mouth of all the fittings and all the openings, that I can finally get these fitted into place, take them outside, cut this, weld it, and get this welded on. Got my setup here, got my Eastwood MiG 135 welder. First time doing this, got my weld table. And yeah, it's a MIG welder, so this is what I'm going to be using to weld on the new resonator. So let's go ahead into cutting this thing, and let's get to welding. I should probably practice first, I haven't welded before. You guys like my welding helmet? Got my sexy flame girl up here. How about that? Don't tell the wife though. Alright, let's take a look and see how crappy I'm doing. So we can see up here, this was the first pass that I did. These little bubbles up here. And I'm using flux core. I don't have gas, so don't think I'm ready for gas yet. But I'm using flux core, so I don't need to use the gas. But this is the first pass up here. See, it's real bubbly and spotty. I was jumping a couple of times because I wasn't ready for the initial spark. Here was the second set of passes. See, this one's horrible. This one's getting a little better, especially this third line. Still can't really see. I gotta adjust my eyes correctly when I'm looking through the shade, through the visor. But that seems to be getting better. That one's not too bad, I don't think. And here's the final passes. So started to get the hang of it now. And here are the final passes right here. So I think that is what I at least need to achieve when I'm fitting these pieces, these couplers together. I'm gonna get it a few more passes, get some more practice in, and then we'll start cutting the exhaust and welding the pieces on together. So let's get this project done. Not bad, huh? Looks like. So here we are, day 20,000 on this new exhaust build. I've finally got the new resonator installed. Got the old one cut out, sitting right here. And I've got the new one welded in its place, full of welds and crappy cement, exhaust cement. But That'll have to do. Now the only thing that's left to do now is get this installed and hook up the rest of the exhaust. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Oh my gosh. Bumper, replacement bumper, look a little crazy, but it'll do for now. I've got the rear diffuser on, so I had to make some modifications to that. But we take a look, here is the new dual tip exhaust. That's the driver's side over here. If I swing around, here's the passenger side. And it's kind of tucked away into the bumper. You really can't see it. It doesn't really stick out like I thought it would, but that's kind of okay. Minor adjustment I'll make later. But man, this has been a tough project. It's been many days, many months, and many years. I actually don't even know how long it's taken me to get this done, but it's taken a really long time. But I kept my beard fresh though. So doing the whole process, so I'm really happy about that. But now we're going to take this for a test drive. Let me start this up, guys. So I know you guys have been dying to hear what this sounds like. I don't know if the camera mic's going to pick up the audio, but hopefully it does the trick. Sounds beefy. I like it. God, look at that. Look at that. That looks absolutely phenomenal. I am really happy about that. Let's take it for a test drive. You know, surprisingly, it sounds very quiet in the cabin here. it doesn't drone like the other exhaust that I had. I think because the dual mufflers really do help out, and I love the rumble that it does. The resonator sounds absolutely fantastic. Oh, there's a Tesla there. Tesla broke down. Yeah, let me see if I could gun it a little bit for you guys. Yeah, I like it. This sounds really good. I'm really enjoying this. It's got a little bit more of a kick to it too. Gotta get over. Downshift. I can actually hear the rumble from the resonator under the car, coupled with the rumble from the dual exhaust. This gives a really nice exhaust note. So I'm really happy about this. And I'm still leaking air from my right front tire. Not air from the bag. I still need to secure the connection because I keep losing pressure down on this guy right there. It's a slow leak, but I gotta fix it somehow. All right, so now we're about to hit the highway. Let's hear what highway speed sounds like. Good. I'm really happy that this turned out. This has been a hard fight, trying to get this thing on between the cutting and the welding and the shaving and the adjusting and the screwing and the crying, and I feel really good about this. So, you know, if you guys enjoyed this series, please like the video. More importantly, subscribe to the channel. There's still a lot more to do with my baby here. I am going to be installing the body kit next, probably. The wife thinks I'm done with the car. She thinks I'm breaking it on purpose just so I can spend money to fix it, but I don't know what's the problem with that. I am not done by a long shot. I can't wait to possibly get into some shows when it starts getting a little warmer next year. I got invited to a couple of shows already, but I wasn't ready to put it in the Cars and Coffees just yet. It wasn't done. It wasn't ready to be unveiled yet. But I still have a little bit of ways to go with some more mods. But the exhaust is done. The exhaust sounds fantastic. But when it starts getting warmer next year, 2021, maybe that's our year. But again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you like it. Once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more. As always, you know, be true to yourself, love what you do what you love. I am definitely having a good time. I'm definitely loving this, and I can't wait to move on to the next project because this one was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel